Thank you for joining me today. My name is Shay, and this is Where is Shay? And I am celebrating Women's History Month with these lovely DJs. Yes, female DJs is in the house. And I want to give a shout out to all these amazing women that's joining me today from DJ Aisha Irene out of LA, Miss Kiana DJ q-boogie out of Connecticut, and Miss DJ Michelle McKnight out of Houston. And my name is Shay Shay from the Bay. And I just wanted to, touch on an untouched topic dealing with, the music industry. And you rarely hear about, giving props to female DJs in the industry. So I just wanted to celebrate you guys for Women History Month. And I know you guys be rocking the house. I met Miss Kiana, DJ Q Boogie, at a vision board party, a virtual vision board party. And y'all, she was just bringing it that night. And I was just loving it. I was like, this girl got me just inspired. Music is just like a universal language. And sometimes, it's like she was reading my mind at night. It was just like back to back hits. And it was just like, just so encouraging and so empowering. So I greatly appreciate you for just feeding my soul with music that night.
Thank you so much. That
You're
I really appreciate you telling me that. That really touched my heart just now.
Oh,
It really did.
well, you,
Thank
you
you.
you know, you just never know how just certain songs is just, how you go to church and it's like the pastor talking to me, y'all. How the hell did he know I was a sinner last night? But that's how your music was just touching me. like, oh my gosh, she just really just touching my soul. So I just want to go around and just, let y'all introduce yourselves. Aisha Irene, you at the top with me. So tell a little bit about where you're from.
Yeah, my name's Aisha Irene. I am from LA. Currently in Atlanta right now during the pandemic, but I'll be headed back to LA in a little bit. And yeah, I'm a DJ.
All right. Miss DJ Q Boogie.
Hello, my name is Kiana, also known as DJ Q Boogie. I've been DJing for 12 years. I'm in Connecticut. Um, in 2019, I left my full time job in the corporate world, which was driving me crazy, to DJ full time. Yeah, I've been DJing full time since 2019, and it's been different, fun, different, and a whole
Mhm.
lot of other adjectives. But I'm blessed. Thank you for having me.
You're very, thank you as well. DJ Michelle McKnight from H Town.
What up? So I'm DJ Michelle McKnight. I've been DJing about 10 years now, and I grew up in Houston. However, I have moved around quite a lot. When I was working full time in radio, I currently work for an extension of KTSU 90.9 in Houston, which is the radio station, the public radio station on the campus of Texas Southern University.
Mm.
They just launched a new initiative, actually across the country, but it's just in 3 cities right now where they're trying to kind of transition public radio and what public radio kind of stands for. So the extension is called The Vibe. So currently I have
Oh,
a night show between The Vibe and KTSU 90.9 Monday through Friday, 7 to 11. But love DJing. My ex taught me to DJ. He was good for one thing. So bless
oh. Shout
everything.
out to the ex.
Shout out to the ex.
Shout out to the ex. I mean, we should have a decent relationship. We actually almost kind of like switched roles a little bit because now he owns a whole media company, and he like gave me all his DJ equipment, and then it was history from there. So yeah, happy to be DJing and rocking, and always love connecting with other dope female DJs as well.
Yeah, well, I will be actually in Atlanta and in Houston that same week in April. So maybe I'll be able to run into you, Michelle, and Aisha, since you're in Atlanta right now. That'd be pretty cool just to give a little side hug to y'all lovely ladies. Um, I mean, I know when I was growing up, I always had, women that I admired and looked up to, especially just coming home and watching Yo MTV Raps and stuff like that, recording it and watching it when I got home. And, we had like Salt and Pepper and Queen Latifah and all them back then. But who was your inspiration as far as even getting into this arena, male or female? But was it just cousin Ray DJing at a barbecue and just like, I want to try that out? Or where did you find like who inspired you to get into this arena?
I guess I'll go first. It was my dad. My dad is he's a backyard boogie, the family DJ. So I used to help him load the crates in the car, organize, play when he went to the restroom, all that kind of stuff, or just get on, in between. And so,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and we do parties together. So
Oh,
Oh,
that's
wow.
cool.
yeah,
You're gonna have
calling
to
me
do
like,
a
you got
daddy
that new
daughter duo for Father's Day or something like that.
right, right. So now he's always calling me for the new music, so he ain't got to get it. He know I got it, so he just calls me for it.
That's
What
dope.
about you, DJ Q Boogie?
I can remember being probably like 6 or 7 years old, and my mom and dad had hundreds of records in the basement. So I remember just going in the basement, just playing the records. And I recently found out that my dad and his cousin used to be DJing. I didn't even know that. Okay, I didn't even
Really?
know. Yeah,
In
I
your
didn't even
blood,
know.
in your
They used
blood.
to be getting it in, and I'm like, oh, really? Why y'all didn't tell me? But that's when I think that I was like, I probably was a DJ back then and didn't even know it, playing those records, playing the Prince and the Shaka Khan and the Luther Vandross in the basement. So that's
Yeah.
yeah, the music that my dad had, the records that they had really inspired me. And watching like Jazzy Jeff and Jam Master Jay, they really like inspire me. I don't know why I didn't even think of Spinderella inspiring me at that time. I don't know why. I don't know why, but now, yes, of course. But back then, no, I don't know why though.
Hmm.
That's
What?
interesting.
Yeah. What about you, DJ Michelle?
Um, so it's funny. Mine is quite the contrary. My family's into music, but they sing like opera and like my dad was like in the Houston Ebony Opera Guild. So like for the longest, they were like, yeah, so when you go get a real job. Um, but like growing up, Jazzy Jeff, definitely one person inspired. I actually got to open up at an event that they did in Chicago a couple years ago, and he headlined that, and that was just like
Oh, wow.
like, just give you chills, for things to come full circle. And, even though he's more of a hype man, like, I love people like Fat Man Scoop that just kind of like really just know how to get you just fully indulged into the culture and everything like that. But even like when I was in grade school, I always loved music. Um,
Mm-hmm.
always just like playing around with stuff, even stuff as basic as, back when we had the cassette player and the radio, put like the blank tape in there and just record. And I just used to make mixtapes like that. And
Love me some mixtapes back in the day. Boy, them slow
For
jam
sure.
mixtapes, baby. Too funny. Do you guys like specialize in just certain like is it just clubs? Is it weddings? Do you do all of the above? Are you at set locations in certain cities and things like that? Or you just all of the above?
Um, I like to do more like private events, corporate events. But I am open. I do weddings. I've have done the nightlife also. But yeah, that's my lane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, same with me. I love doing private events and corporate. I've done weddings, and I don't really like doing clubs or anything like that. So yeah, I like doing and more recently these Zoom events. I've been
Mm-hmm.
a little bit of everything, like vision board parties, book release events, just
Mm.
all types of things through Zoom. So, yeah.
I do dibble and dabble in the nightlife. It does take a special kind of energy to do that, but I will say the preference is always private events, just because I think because they are bringing you into that atmosphere, there's more of an appreciation there versus a promoter or a club owner booking you and having you come in there and every 30 seconds somebody being like, hey DJ, but what song is really gonna get them like right cheek left cheek and in here is if you drop this. It's just like that constantly for 2, 3, or 4 hours. But stuff like that, stuff where people are curating a fun event of some sort. Like I DJ'd an event, a birthday party last year, and the girlfriend for her boyfriend, he's really into Wild Now on MTV. So they did like a whole Wild and Out theme. They printed out shirts for all their friends, like the red team versus the whatever other color team that they had. And so, you know, they had me DJing the beats for that. And that was really fun. Like I love doing, you know, interesting stuff like that outside the box. So yeah.
Yeah, that does sound like a fun event to attend it too.
Yeah, you summed up the nightlife really well too.
I'm getting too old. I'll be tired about 10:30. I'm like, the turn up is turned down now. I gotta go to bed.
Yeah. It hits different once you get past a certain age. I will say that.
And I know in Houston, you know, let it be pretty outside. Monday is a national holiday for us. Sunday fun day go hard in Houston. So
Sunday brunch is not a meal. It is a marathon in Houston.
Yeah, it's like, oh, it's 2 a.m. now. Damn, I guess I'm calling off.
That is a true statement.
I see where I need to be visiting.
Okay,
girl.
Yes, you need. Well, you know, we pretty much been open during the pandemic, so everybody has been in Houston. This is like the #1 tourist spot right now in the country. So
I know when I went to Atlanta though, it was kind of lit too. I was like, I don't think they got the memo down here. I don't know.
No, they ain't got the memo. I've been inside, but it's cracking.
Yeah.
People walking, and you just know they from out of town. You just see them walking down the street. Just brunch. I mean, it's lit. And what's today? First day of spring. We already know what that's gonna do.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be wild.
What was I guess one of your most favorite gigs that you did, and also somebody you would love to work with? We're gonna put this in existence. We're gonna speak this into existence on who y'all would love to work with and one of your favorite gigs.
One of my favorite gigs. Well, I have two. I did the Revolt Summit in LA, one of their lounge rooms. So that was really cool. And the other one, I did a Grammy pre-party for Morehouse College. I didn't realize how many Grammy nominees they had that came through Morehouse. So it was a really nice party. So that was memorable. Yeah.
Sounds
and
fun.
I don't know who I would like to work with specifically, but I would love to do some activations for like Essence Fest or Coachella.
Oh yeah.
So those are like my dream like gigs. Yeah.
All right. Essence of Coachella. Look out for Aisha Irene.
Right? That's something that I would definitely love to do too. That would be
Right?
dope. That would be dope.
I would love that. Maybe we'll be there together.
Right?
Yeah.
All 3 of us, all 4 of us, we can all make it happen.
I'm gonna just be the hype man. I don't know what the hell to do. I'm just be out there just doing the running man, I guess.
That's all we need.
Like, who is she though? But who is she?
That look. Just give us that look, you know?
Yeah.
That would be fun.
I think I like DJing boat parties. That's always fun for me. Just getting out and about. I love being outside. That's the type of thing for me. That's super dope though. That stuff that you just mentioned. I don't know that it's someone I really, and I'm going to say this, it is not even just because she's from Houston. It's not even just because like she's what's popping right now. I just love Megan's energy. So I almost want to do some sort of like a collab or something. I don't want to just be like the official DJ. She already has one, but to just do some sort of collab or something, even if it was just for content purposes, that would be really fun. But I really want to get into beat making. I really do want to get into producing. That honestly was not even something that I was looking to do when I initially started DJing, but I think it's just something you kind of evolve into. And it's just, you know, once you become sucked into that culture, it's just like, you know what, I love to kind of play around with this and see what I can come up with now. I'm very far removed from playing instruments. That was like back in like middle school.
You know what, speaking of instruments, I used to play the clarinet.
Me too.
And I had went down to New Orleans one time, and he was just on the corner, and I was just like, I think I'm gonna go buy me a clarinet. And I don't know if I can still do it, but I think I can. You know, I was just like riding a bicycle again, but I think I'm gonna buy me a clarinet.
I don't know about that, sis.
Michelle shut it down.
Just shut my little dream down up.
Riding the bike, because I remember how I did clarinet. Maybe that's like the standard Black girl magic instrument. I think we all did like the
violin.
Used to read.
Yeah.
The violin.
I think I did it from like fourth grade to like 10th grade. So we're gonna see.
Yeah.
I might have to boo myself. I don't know. I'm like, hell no, I'm gonna take this back to the stove.
You have to report back and let us know how that goes.
Right?
I'm gonna be like this on my own picture.
The violin was popping for me in like first, maybe in kindergarten, I probably started playing it. I do think that I could still play Twinkle Twinkle Little Star.
Oh, yeah.
If I did get a violin in front of me, I probably could still do that. But other than that, I don't know. The clarinet kind of like my brother handed it down to me, so I started playing that too.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, the instruments were the thing back in the day.
I'm the
um,
only one that didn't play no instruments, so
well,
Well,
you're
you
I
see
was
me
I
on
was in
playing
a I was
now.
in a I was in concert choir, so I was in the alto section getting my say.
so you were singing.
Couldn't read no music, but I was like, "What's that note? Can I hear it one more time?" I tried out, and I was like, "I can't read this," but I sang, and he was like, "All right, you in?"
She got a voice.
Still can't read music.
I forgot all about how to read music. I forgot all of
Yeah,
that. Michelle, do
yeah,
you remember? I don't.
right. It was like,
Oh no, no, and that's why I did. I think I went through the piano phase, violin, cello, and clarinet, and I couldn't. I don't even. I can't even tell you where to start right now, honestly.
Wow.
almost seems like a lost art to read music now. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, it
Want to
is.
bring that back, these
Yeah,
kiddos. While they up in the house, they can learn something other than some
TikTok
Snapchats
dances.
and stuff.
TikTok.
Kiana, yeah, Kiana, I don't think you answered the question though, as far as your favorite gig and
Oh, okay. So a couple of years ago, I started doing this event called the Women in Business Summit. And that is like my favorite event, an annual event. I emceed it and DJ'd. So that's my favorite event. Do I want to do something like the Essence Festival and all that stuff? Yeah. All of that stuff. Yeah. And I would love to work with Mary J. Blige. I just remember her
mm,
coming up and watching her and be like, oh my gosh, she's so dope. And I knew that she was going to be like here forever. I knew it when I first saw her. So I would love to be, I don't even know if she has an official DJ or not, but I always say that I want to work with Mary J. Blige.
okay.
So if
And
y'all got connections,
I don't have them.
Oh, we're gonna
I don't
put
have no
that.
Mary.
Manifest those blessings, sis.
We're gonna have to put that on the vision board for you, girl.
Yes.
yes.
But Michelle, I meant to tell you, Timberland, he has some kind of production series, something going on. So you might want to look into that.
Yeah,
That
I've
would be
seen him post about that here and there, and I need to tap. Definitely need to tap into that.
yeah. Okay. I guess now that we in this whole COVID world, but how did COVID affect, your DJing industry for you guys, and how are you reinventing yourself during COVID right now?
Um, I mean, definitely had to switch to virtual. I haven't done that many outside gigs. I probably have done one like since I would say one or two like since last year.
Mhm.
But yeah, I've been on Twitch and just Zoom and doing the virtual thing and just kind of figuring out other avenues of passion, things that I like, having this solitude. So that's how it's been for me.
Okay.
Just
I think the same for me too. I remember going live on Facebook last year, um, and actually being able to stay on there and not get cut off. But I think I had to just figure out a way to kind of pivot and let people know that I'm still here. So
Mm-hmm.
I was going live on Facebook every day. I mean, every week, and doing some pop-ups, and then more recently Twitch, been doing that, and the virtual events have been coming in like crazy. Once I put it out there, like, I'm here, I can do a virtual party for you or event or whatever you want,
Yeah.
and that's really been working out. So definitely had to pivot and still make it happen.
Yeah, I think honestly, and I hope y'all don't take this wrong, because I know the pandemic has been different for everybody, but I think that it was a blessing in disguise because it did kind of allow everybody to just take a break and step back and get back to being creative and like the
Mm-hmm.
reason why you got involved in it in the first place. Now I'm not gonna lie, the first couple of weeks, like when they shut it down, it was kind of like, I was sitting in the house staring at the wall, like, you know, and that was too because I had just gotten back from taking a trip to Paris, and I was like, I would not have gone to Paris and dropped these coins if I would have known the world was shutting down immediately afterwards. But I think it allowed, and even with getting on, the virtual realm and taking DJ to that platform, that even allowed, just kind of opening the door to be more intentional, to connect with other DJs, connect with other creatives online and do some dope content. I've seen some dope collaborations between DJs and some of these influencers that are on the internet. And I did do a few online sessions. I was one of the people kind of getting irritated with getting cut off all the time. So in in the intermediate, I actually ended up relaunching my website, so that way then I could just go and just do mixes on there so much, because I didn't have to worry about getting cut off of that. And then that was real nice, because a lot of people reached out like, hey, I know you always are out and I always loved it coming out and enjoying your set. How can I support? Oh, well, you can go over here and you can subscribe to djmichellemcknight.com. Please and thank you. I appreciate you. And then now just again with the content thing, one thing I've started recently is just going out and doing like these mini mixes. Matter of fact, that's why like I went ahead and I bought this little smart controller. I was gonna tell y'all, this right here is a beautiful thing if you don't have it.
What is it now?
So this is the SB3, I think, but it's a smart controller. Like you see it, how much smaller it is, and this other one over here, it's literally like half the size.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
You can just power this off your USB that you plug into so you don't have to actually plug into any power. So I've been doing like these little mini mixes where we might go set up on the beach, like in Miami or something, and you can just record a mix and just, have fun with it or whatever. And literally you can just have your laptop power this off that and still, record your mixing, and it just allows you to do some more fun, kind of creative stuff with that. And it's only like $300, which is, I know y'all know.
Yeah.
That actually, it reminds me of like the one of the first controllers that I had. It was like a Vestax. Have you ever heard of that one? It's like real small, and the USB can power it up. So yeah, but I like that. I might have to get one of those.
It's super convenient, like super light, like literally, it's just, but I mean, and you can still do everything that you need to. It's just a few less features on it. Than like if you're using the SX2 or even like the 1000, because I think, is that the one that you have over there, Aisha?
This is actually a Roland. This is a DJ 505, but I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. And those, have all the extra gadgets and features on there if you want to do some production and stuff with it. But this, like, just to get around and
for sure, because it gets tiring to carry this around. And I had bought this one, and I'm like, yo, this thing is heavy.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would love to have something a step smaller.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So and at home I have the vinyls at home and all of that, the turntables and stuff. But so you gotta have every size for every everything, every mood, every location of where you're gonna be, man.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Do you guys ever use the old school way with the vinyls, or is this the way
I do? Somebody else sets their equipment up.
Wait, what'd you say? You said it's set up already?
Yeah, like, so I have some DJs that'll have me come do a set and they already have their techniques set up. So then I DJ with them if they already set them up. But as far as me going and setting them up, nah.
That part. When I had bought mine, my dad was like, why would you do that? Because he remembers the trauma of just like having to carry all that stuff. He was like, I'm not, I was like, you don't want to get on? He said, no. No, it is a lot to carry. I do like them much better, but carrying them, I just leave them at the house. Like they don't leave the house. Yeah.
So when I first started DJing, I used records and turntables and everything, but that didn't last that long. So I have not really. It's a different feel.
Yeah.
So I need to focus on that some more, like the turntables, but I have not touched them in years, unless somebody else has them and I'm playing around, but I have not touched them in years. And it's crazy how like some people will be like, you're not a real DJ, but they haven't said that to me. But
I'm about to say,
they do say that.
There was fighting words right there.
They do say that personally, but they would feel like, oh, y'all not real DJs if you don't use turntables. And I'm like, are y'all serious? Are y'all still using typewriters right
now? That's what I was about to say. I was like, are you Fred Flintstone pedaling the car too, or did you get a Mercedes? Because
that's a good comeback. You still using typewriters though.
Like, You could be using turntables and still be garbage. So
Thank you.
it doesn't really matter.
That part.
Yeah.
Are y'all known for any like genre of music or like Jamaican music, or do you play it all, or is there a certain music that you are known for?
I like to stick to hip hop and R&B and some pop, but you know, it also depends on the client. I am open to other genres, you know.
Mhm.
So I like to mix a lot of the stuff in, but my base is hip hop and R&B.
Okay.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I like to mix a little bit of everything in my sets, but it does depend on the client and who you're DJing for. So I'm
Mhm.
hip hop, R&B, old school, new, some funk, house music, a little bit of everything, reggae,
Yeah.
a little bit of everything. I just love music that's not anything that has a dope beat. I'm playing it.
Pretty much.
Yeah. I like the 90s is definitely my favorite to DJ. 90s hip hop and R&B. That is just like coast for me. But honestly, I really I consider myself an open format DJ. I do like a lot of stuff. The only thing I would just say, I just don't have like a huge repertoire of and I mean I know you can relate to this, Shay, is I don't do too much Zydeco. Yeah.
After a while, I'm like, it just sound like I don't know, it just sound the same after a while. I'm like, all right, y'all can turn this
It
off
does.
now.
Everything starts out, yeah, and then the swinging out and stuff. So, but I currently every gig that I have in Houston right now is all pretty much an urban formatted gig. But before I moved back to Houston, like when I was working in San Antonio and Milwaukee, I worked for a top 40 station. So even a lot of the mixes that I had, you know, you would have like some hip hop stuff in there, but you know, it also would be like a mesh like with alternative and pop music too. So I do like having that. I do enjoy gigs where I literally just have just an open, you know, open possibilities to just kind of just do whatever. Cause I think it's dope to be able to go in and have some range or whatever. Like we all have our base and like our comfort zone, but I
Mm-hmm.
like that challenge too. And then too, you can tap into other music. I've seen, it's like one DJ I follow and he was playing like some music like from Norway. But I mean, it had a dope beat in it. I was like, okay. I was like, let me find out the name of whatever this genre is. And I just kind of want to go look it up. But it's some other stuff out there, you know. I
I
like to
would
tap
definitely.
into that.
Were you
I would agree with that, Michelle. Like DJing in LA too is like it's so diverse, right? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you kind of really have to just be open, and a lot of DJs really just kind of go in different directions, and everybody appreciates it. A, because everybody works in entertainment there, so they get it, and then B, it's just such a diverse city. So, and a lot of times, if stuff when stuff makes it big, LA is like the last place to get it. So, you know, we have to be super diverse out there.
see y'all said some stuff that was foreign to me, Shay and Michelle, like Zydeco? Is that what you said? What is that?
Zydeco.
What?
Zydeco, it's music from Louisiana.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
I've heard of
Yeah.
one.
Write that
I
down.
didn't.
Zydeco and bounce music, child. Zydeco and
Yeah.
bounce. You'll hear plenty of it when you come to Houston.
Yep. I don't know, just hearing Zydeco, I just like, I think I just want to go get an order of crawfish now. Just it would just take me straight to crawfish, just go eat. But I like watching them dance. You know, I like,
Yeah.
but after a while, I'm like, okay, y'all can turn this off and turn
Yeah.
something else. So, especially when I had first moved there from Phoenix, you know, Phoenix is just so, so I was just like, what is this music I'm listening to? But over time, it just became the norm for me to hear it. But yeah,
I'm gonna go.
I
I'm gonna do
don't.
my research on that now, huh,
Me
Keanu?
too. Did you send me some of that music, Michelle?
I'm gonna go look that
Yeah,
up.
I'll say you, but once you look it up, you're gonna know exactly what we're talking about. But like,
Uh,
it's just that whole culture. Like y'all know the Cupid Shuffle.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah, yeah.
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Cupid is from Louisiana. I'm real cool with Cupid. He got a line dance for everything now.
so do.
But even he doesn't do a lot of Zydeco, but he'll like do some collabs and stuff with some people. But I'm trying to think of like an artist you might know where you heard something before, but I'll have to send y'all a
Yeah,
link. I'll get y'all's information after the
yeah.
call.
I'm curious to know now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, is there any advice that you guys would give, you know, to inspiring female DJs as far as equipment, you know, just getting started, you know, networking on these clubs and events and not getting lowballed on your prices and things like that. You know, just because you're starting off doesn't mean you have to start off cheap too.
Yeah.
But just making your
Um,
way up there, and have you guys been role models for any young ladies as well? But
yeah. Well, I forgot to mention, I just started DJing like 3 years ago. So this is all still a new process for me. But, I would definitely say practice, know your music, know the music that you want to play, take the classes, save your money, invest in your equipment, you know what I mean? Do what you have to do to, excel in that. But, also networking is major. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the gigs that I get, they come from my own network, you know what I mean? And I think it's also important for, like Michelle said, the pandemic is causing us DJs to kind of come together a lot more. We're sharing resources. So I think networking with your DJ peers is important too. Understanding the ins and outs and stuff like that. Um, yeah, I mean that's pretty much all I have just for my little time. But
now you
I don't know
said
if you.
classes. What kind of classes?
Oh,
Or
I took a class at Scratch Academy,
hmm,
and I don't know if they're not nationwide, but they are in certain large cities, and I'm pretty sure they offer online courses now because of the pandemic.
hmm.
And then there's DJ Dummy. He's also my mentor. He's Common's DJ and J Cole's former tour DJ, but he offers lessons. There's plenty of places and you can find, and Beat Junkies out of LA. They offer lessons. They actually have like actual like courses that you can take and like graduate, you know what I mean, from DJ institutions or stuff like that. So that's what I did. I didn't, my DJ friends didn't have time to teach me, but they wanted to, but they were booked. And so I was like, all right, let me just sign up for a class and just learn the basics. I do want to go back though, but yeah.
Okay.
I would say definitely get a mentor. See if you can get someone to teach you. The person that taught me, thank God he was available, and he really taught me the basics, and the rest was like really on me. I had to do my research and practice, 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 practice. I can't stress that enough. And as far as the equipment, start off small because you need to really make sure that this is something that you want to do. And this equipment is expensive, so start off small and then gradually, get into the more expensive equipment. But yeah, I would definitely get a mentor and a couple of them if possible, because everyone has different skills that they're great at. And
Hmm.
um, one thing that I did when I was learning how to DJ too is I created this event out here called the Ultimate DJ Showcase. So I had like 10 DJs come out and showcase their skills. I promoted it for them, promoted them, and me watching them kind of helped me say, "Oh, okay, maybe I want to do that. I want to learn how to do that. Oh, I'm not going to do that. That's not what I'm going to do. That's not the type of DJ I want to be." So, just kind of have your DJ crew, the people that you look up to and people that and empower you or and motivate you. Keep those people around you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree with everything y'all just said. And I guess if we're speaking directly to people who may be considering that they want to get into it, I would just say be consistent and be persistent. Unfortunately, we work in a business where everybody is not going to help you, even if they have the time.
Mm.
Um, but if it's something you really want to do, don't allow anybody to discourage you from it. It's just like any other thing that it is, goal that you want to accomplish in your life. You just kind of have to keep pushing. People won't always be nice about the situation. I mean, I've personally dealt with some things that kind of took me aback a little bit, but yeah, I was blessed in my situation to have someone to show me the basics. But even still, in someone showing you the basics of DJing, everything with DJing comes down to your library and your range of music at the end of the day. So, going back to what you touched on with, and I've heard it several times over and over again that, oh, okay, well, you're not a real DJ because you use Serato or you use Pioneer. And back in my day, well, welcome to 2021, and so you'll get a lot of that. But I just, to people, everything is constantly evolving. I remember even Snoop Dogg talking about just like the evolution of rap music. Not that I like all of the rap music that's out now, but it's still going to happen regardless. It may not be as timeless as what it used to be. Like we can still
Mhm.
drop Biggie in the club. And you got people who are maybe even 12 or 13 that know the lyrics to that. Like, do I see that being the situation with the baby or little baby like in the next 8 years? Probably not, but I mean that's what's popping right now, and people want to hear that, if you choose to play it or not. But I just think everything is just about being intentional. That is all. That's my favorite word. I say that to anybody ever asks me any questions about anything, I'm just like, okay, if you've made your mind up and you want to do it, you just need to be intentional. I agree 1,000% over what you said, Kiana. You do not need to go out and just buy the most expensive thing. They have like even this, this little smart controller that I have here. Again, I'll show it to y'all again. And I actually even think it says on here, like there's a program, it's not Serato DJ, it's called Serato Lite. So it actually gives you tutorials like on how to use the controller just for basic things. And then too, YouTube is people's best friend. I've learned to do my makeup on YouTube. Like I watch a DIY for anything. So I think that's a good something too, but just stay motivated even when people are nasty to you.
Yeah. And I
everything
think
is
that's the
technical
thing.
too.
Yeah, life is gonna always throw those hiccups and challenges your way. It's just learning how to have tough skin, through it all. Um, I know even when I was getting into this whole YouTube thing and just the equipment and hell, a microphone was even expensive. So I can only imagine, what you guys have invested in your career. And speaking of the stimulus that just came out, this would be a great time for anybody wanting to get into this arena is to invest in yourself and properly investing in yourself. And yeah, sometimes people may give you some little hand-me-down equipment, but I think, with the stimulus, coming out, that would be a great way to invest in yourself is either going through these classes or um, even sowing a seed to your mentors as well. And I just think that would be great right now. It's just learning how to invest in yourself and marketing yourself, from websites to whatever it may be. That is just the way to go right about now. Um, has there have you guys ever experienced any obstacles due to being a female in this male dominated industry? Like, it's a girl.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's definitely a sexism thing too, or just assuming that you don't know how to use or set up equipment. I mean, when I first started DJing, that was the first thing I learned. My dad was like, "We gonna set this stuff up. I'm gonna show you how to tape this stuff down."
Mhm.
So sometimes you go somewhere and they're just like, "Oh, you don't know what to do," and it's like, actually, I do, and I know what I'm saying, what happened and why this happened. And just just you get drunk guys just always flirting with you and trying to come over there and act like they know what they doing too. They can just get on and just start DJing. So that's the stuff I've dealt with. It's been pretty annoying.
Drunk and sober.
And so and sober. Yeah,
Exactly.
it just don't even matter really. Yeah.
They probably more cockier when they sober. So
It's always that male DJ that will come over and try to like adjust things for you. And I'm like, come on now. I got this. Or, oh, you should play this song next. Or I don't know. It's just something about them thinking that because you're a female that you just don't know what to do.
Or your
It's
brain don't work.
Yeah, the brain don't work. Like it's been plenty of events that I've DJ'd and going into the venue, my husband would be with me carrying my equipment and they would go up to him and be like, "Oh, so where do you want to set up?" He'd be like, "I don't know, she's the DJ." So it's like people will automatically think like because you're a female like that you're the MC or something. You're not the DJ. It's just crazy, but I mean,
Yeah.
that it's getting better.
It is.
A
I,
lot of
We
I
starting to
hope
take all their gigs. That's why.
at you, girl.
hey,
And
Like,
I was
damn,
gonna
girls,
say
take
that,
off.
like,
come through, Miss Take It.
I think it's like a intimidation thing too, because again, the times are always evolving, and a lot of these male DJs who have been in the industry for quite some time, they know that things were not like very like prominent for women, with the exception of the few that you could count on your hand. And I do think it comes down to where it's just like okay, well, let me come flex on you real quick because whatever it is that you feel, and I've heard almost everything, anything that somebody could be thinking of why I got a gig. Nothing ever consists of, oh, you know what, she's real dope. I could, clearly I know why they went the direction that they did. It's like, oh, okay, well, she, looks good on a flyer, or she must have smashed a promoter, or,
Dang.
All that type of stuff. But, I think I'm trying to think of who made the comment. Oh, you know who it was? It was Nene Leakes. And Nene Leakes, she was in an interview one time and she was talking about when she was getting into comedy, how like other mainstream comedians, male and female, I guess we're just talking about, reality stars and stuff like that coming in and taking their money or whatever, because it's always about dipping in the pot. But she was like, well, even if they didn't book me, it doesn't mean that they would book you. And that's what I mean. You have to, you have to go off of, and it also too is just about relationships. A lot of times people like you as a whole package. You can produce, you show up on time, you get the crowd right. That's the equation people are looking for, as opposed to somebody apparently has an ego.
Yeah.
They show up 30 minutes late to the gig and then they knees hurt. So they sitting in the stool the whole time they DJ and and then they don't even know how to like adapt it to the atmosphere that they're in. So child, it be some things.
Oh.
All of that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is
How do
true.
you guys feel about Spin winning a Grammy recently?
That's amazing.
So happy for her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
She does.
amazing. Well,
Michelle,
well
why are you
deserved.
quiet?
No, I said that's dope. No, I'm
Oh.
She was
I'm like, what did happen?
no. She's super dope. I got a chance to do a gig with her in Houston a few years ago. It's 2020, is a blur. You can't even calculate how many years ago something was. You like, yeah, but no, like a few years ago, she came here. Some of the promoters I work with booked her for a party, and she was real cool. So
I'm happy for her.
well deserved.
It seems like she was going through a lot with the group and everything. So
Yeah.
I think she deserves it. She deserves to get her props and be acknowledged because she was there and we saw her there and we grew up watching them. So she deserves it. She really does.
Yeah,
I'm happy for her.
absolutely.
Yeah. Well, maybe one day we're gonna see you lovely ladies winning a Grammy as well.
Say it again. What?
Grammy nominated Aisha Irene. Grammy nominated Michelle McKnight. Grammy nominated DJ q-boogie.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. With COVID going on, what are some inspirational music that would just inspire somebody to just keep pushing right about now and not give up and encouraging? And what would y'all suggest?
My selection is just all over the place, but I love Nipsey Hussle. Like Dedication is one of my favorite songs. That song gets me up and going in the morning. Beyonce always has some good uplifting stuff. I think that Black is King album, there was a lot of good songs on there, like Find Your Way Back and Bigger and obviously Brown Skin Girl. And then I loved Anderson .Paak Lockdown. I think that was so relevant. Obviously, he just won a Grammy for it, but that song was a really good song and relevant to everything that was going on or is going on, I should say.
Yeah.
For me, that Mary, Go Get It.
Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Go
Won't he
get
will?
I don't think that song could ever get old. Like for real. It's so empowering and it makes me like, yes, go get your blessings. Like for real. I'm feeling that song.
Yes.
I was listening to that this morning. That,
Isn't it powerful?
that is my song. Yeah.
I think sometimes when I'm just sometimes feeling like I'm being dismissed or people are just not knowing who Shay really is, I think my song to always pick me back up is Mary J. Is it the Take Me As I Am?
Yes.
Just like this is me, I can't change, and nothing wrong with change and feedback and critiquing. I get that part of it, but just like, oh, you should do this or you should do this and you should be this, you know. And it's like, no, take me as I am, you know, my individual personality. Um, I think with the whole Black Lives Matter movement going on right now, and I don't know if it's Kiana, I was telling it too, that I watched the Sam Cooke story recently, and his song Change Gonna Come. It just seemed like it's still relevant right now. I'm just hoping change, you know, will really come in society, you know, this Asian hate, this Black Lives, you know, matter movement. It's like, please just come soon in our world and just bring more love and peace and joy back into our society and in our communities. So that's where I am, like, you know, but yeah, the one Kiana just mentioned with Mary Mary. Yeah. You got it on there right now?
I can.
Let's go on and listen to a little bit of it real quick.
Another song too, Follow Me. The words to Follow Me is
Hmm.
uh
Is that by Mary Mary also?
mm-mm,
Oh,
wow, I'm getting old. I can't remember. Hold on. It's a
DJ No Memory coming to the stage.
how,
DJ No Memory.
listen, everything got to be in front of me. Alias, follow
oh
me.
yes, that's what I was thinking of. I want to be sure. I like that song a lot.
The words are
Yeah.
so powerful as well. So you got to listen to the
I don't
words.
even know if I ever listened to the words because I love the beat so much.
Exactly, right?
I'm
See,
gonna give
that
it
was
another. I'm gonna check it out.
that was me too.
Well, ladies, what's on the horizon for you guys coming up? Anything? I know everybody's reinventing themselves during COVID land, but you got anything, some summer gigs coming up to follow you guys, fly out to, check you out, or spring break or summer? What's coming up with you guys?
I have a Women's History Month gig that I just got last night, so that's happening on the 30th. And then I have another event come up in May, and I feel like
What cities these in?
what was that?
What cities are these in?
So these are virtual.
Okay.
They're both virtual. And then I have a mix coming out, a second mix coming out with Dave Chappelle's DJ Trauma. It's called Electric Vibration.
Hmm.
And then just just really dedicated my time to Twitch because it is a very demanding platform. So I got to set a schedule up for that.
For me, I've been I got a lot of stuff going on right now.
It's a
Um,
blessing.
yeah,
Hmm.
it is a blessing. I'm having to pace myself, which is good. This is what I've been asking God for. So here it goes, you know. But
Yeah.
I just had a gig last night. I have two next week. Like every week, I'm having, for the most part, having at least one virtual gig.
Mhm.
Um, the school out here, UConn, they asked me to be involved in their summit that they're having in June. So I'm DJing and emceeing that.
Wow.
Um, and another opportunity came my way this week to be a sound artist, which I absolutely love the sound of it and how they
Mhm.
explained what they want me to do. They want me to collaborate with them and come up with this mix of different genres of music and just a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm excited to be a part of that because it allows me to be more creative and
Mhm.
just bring different genres of music together. So that's what's going on with me right now. And of course,
Awesome.
Twitch. I'm still getting the hang of Twitch. I finally became an affiliate.
Same.
I know you know what
Same.
that means.
That was me last week. Last Saturday, I made it. I made
Yeah, me
it.
too. Last week.
Congrats. Congrats.
Thank you. Congratulations to you. So we gotta make sure we get together.
For
And
sure.
Michelle, are you on Twitch?
I'm not on Twitch. I need to look at the platform though, because I do know a couple people have done some fundraisers through it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Now
Yeah.
explain to everybody what Twitch is if they don't know what Twitch is.
Kiana?
It's go ahead. You want
No,
me
no,
to?
I'm like, Kiana, do the honors. You got it.
It's a platform. It's actually a gaming platform, and a lot of DJs have been going on there to DJ, and it's the opportunity for DJs to make money as well. See,
Mm.
a lot of us were on Facebook going live, but Facebook cuts us off because of the music, and a lot of DJs are just going to Twitch and making a lot of money doing it. So it's a way to just get create a bigger audience for yourself and network with people and DJs and just play whatever type of music you want to play. And yeah, it's fun. And people are in the chat room and having a good time. It's just it's fun. It's fun.
Okay, cool. Michelle, what you got coming up in your life?
Oh man. So I DJ about 5 nights a week right now. Again, I'm in Houston, given I know COVID's still active. But Houston has been open. Like, we just been open. Like, and then when they were shutting the club and bars down and taking their liquor license away, they were just paying their attorney $5,000 to go through a Texas loophole to open back up. So it's just been a whole situation. We constantly been on national news. The mayor been on national news, like, for all the wrong reasons, basically. But actually, so my current lineup, Tuesdays, I actually do a steak and lobster night at Bar 5015 in Houston. And what's been fun is this month I've actually been booking like an opening female DJ, a different one. And then I booked like all female DJ lineup the last Tuesday this month for Women's History Month. So that's going to be one. If y'all make it out, I know March is going to be wrapped up here in the next
Y'all better get on down to H-Town.
Yeah, that would be a super dope event for you to come out to. Again, that's going to be the last Tuesday this month. I think that's the 30th. Wednesdays, I'm at a place called Trez Art and Wine Bar. It's and I actually, you know what? I just realized all of my spots, with the exception of my Friday night spot, they're all Black-owned spots in Houston. I just like thought about that. But Trez Art and Wine Bar, like, it's a place, like, they showcase, one of the main artists whose artwork they showcase there is a Black woman in Houston, and a lot of her art is Black woman inspired. But it's like it's a wine bar. It's not your traditional, you know, let me go turn up in here and, you know, mess up the couches, jumping up and down and, you know, twerking to throw that ass in a circle. But, you know, it's a more chill vibe. On Wednesdays, and then Thursday I'm at Prospect Park, the Prospect Park location near the Galleria. Friday I DJ at a club called Hinky downtown, and then it's still minority owned, it's not Black owned. And then Saturday tonight I'm at the other Prospect Park, which is on the north side. Tomorrow though, I'm doing a really dope virtual event. I think that it's super dope that y'all are getting booked with those virtual events too, because I know that that's like, you know, just an opportunity to reach people way outside of the city or state you're in. I haven't done as many of those, but I am doing one tomorrow. A good friend of my business partner, because I actually own a champagne trailer here as well in Houston. I don't just DJ. I got to have multiple streams.
Hey,
it can get cut off at any moment. But her friend owns a cosmetic company. It's called J. LaRue Cosmetics. And she doesn't do all cosmetics. She specifically works with pigments for eyeshadows, but she has a lot of people's makeup artists that use her. Lil Kim's makeup artist. Kim Kardashian's makeup artist. He's going to be one of the main guys that's being featured doing the tutorials tomorrow. So what it's going to be is I'll be DJing the event in the main room, and then they're going to have separate rooms with different makeup artists that are teaching different techniques and just hosting like a fun virtual event. I was supposed to do it at her house, but her and her husband have COVID now. So I'll be virtually doing it, you know, at my place. Yeah, that's about it. But yeah, I've been in these streets, but I did just get my vaccine. I just got
I got mine.
I just got my vaccine like 3 days ago.
Well, ladies, I greatly appreciate you joining me this morning. And I know you guys are having a book day, so I'm not going to keep y'all long. Just keep continuing to get on your grind, stay on your grind. I'm admiring all of you from afar. Michelle and Aisha, maybe I'll see you guys in April when I'm in Atlanta and in Houston. And I'm gonna have to make my way to Kiana one day in Connecticut. I've never been to Connecticut, so
you don't want to come out here. I'll come wherever you at.
Oh. So pretty much don't put Connecticut on my bucket
I'm gonna
list.
just cut it out.
Yeah, good.
Well, maybe if you had one of your little DJ events again, maybe I'll come to Connecticut then. She like, don't even come.
I'll meet you in New York.
Well, hey,
Where?
y'all, and keep me. I do want to mention this. If y'all do come to Houston, let me know. And at a couple of those spots, I actually do promote that Tuesday and Wednesday. So I would love. I'll book y'all for an opening set, and I pay people, so I don't. I pay people. Some other people like booking people in kind. I don't do that with folks. So just
Thank
keep me
you.
posted if y'all come out
Appreciate
here.
that.
Most
Oh,
definitely.
yes. Well, I'm so excited you all three of you guys got
For
to meet
having
each
us.
other as well. I think networking is the most important thing to do. But once again, thank you, thank you. I appreciate all of you ladies and keeping inspiring everyone to just keep shining. And music is that universal language that just brings everybody love and light in their lives. So y'all have a blessed and beautiful weekend.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Was. Thank you for having us. Thank you.